Forgiving without forgetting is a powerful way to protect your peace, grow from difficult experiences, and safeguard yourself from future harm. Forgiveness is about releasing the burden of resentment, anger, so that you can move forward without carrying the weight of past pain. It's an act of self-liberation, allowing you to let go of emotions that may be holding you back. However, forgiving doesn't mean you erase what happened or ignore its impact on you. Remembering, on the other hand, is about learning from the experience, setting healthy boundaries, and ensuring that you don't fall into the same patterns that caused you harm in the first place. When you forgive, you choose to let go of the negative emotions tied to the person or event. This is essential for your own well-being because holding on to anger and resentment takes a toll on your mental and emotional health. Forgiveness is a choice to free yourself from these heavy emotions, allowing you to regain your peace. It's not about excusing the behavior that hurt you or pretending it didn't happen. It's about choosing the behavior that hurt you or pretending it didn't happen. It's about choosing to rise above it. By forgiving, you reclaim control over your emotions and your life, refusing to let someone else's actions keep you anchored in pain. Remembering, however, serves as a guide for the future. It doesn't mean you dwell on the past or live in bitterness. It means you take the lessons from the experience and use them to protect yourself moving forward. Remembering helps you to establish boundaries, to recognize red flags, and to avoid putting yourself in situations where you might face the same pain again. When you remember what happened, you're more cautious, more aware of what certain behaviors or patterns might lead to, and more determined to prioritize your own well-being. Forgiving but not forgetting also strengthens your self-respect. It shows that you're willing to let go of the emotional burden without allowing others to repeat the harm. Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to trust the person again or invite them back into your life. It simply means you're choosing peace over resentment. When you remember what happened, you're able to make more informed choices about who you allow into your life and what you tolerate in your relationships. This process is an act of self-respect, showing that you value yourself too much to allow the same hurt to happen twice. Another reason forgiving without forgetting is powerful is that it helps you recognize patterns both in others and in yourself. When you're aware of what led to the painful experience, you can make adjustments in your behavior or boundaries to prevent it from happening again. Perhaps there was a warning sign you ignored, or maybe there was something about the situation that made you vulnerable. By remembering these details, you're equipped to make better choices in the future.
You become more resilient, learning from each experience rather than being weighed down by it.
Forgiving but not forgetting can also be an essential part of personal growth. Each experience, especially the painful ones, teaches us something valuable. When you forgive, you're letting go of the emotional attachment to the event, but by remembering, you're acknowledging the lessons it brought you. Maybe it taught you the importance of setting boundaries, the value of trusting your instincts, or the need to surround yourself with supportive, respectful people. These lessons are what help you grow, evolve, and become a stronger, wiser person. By remembering, you're honoring the growth that came from the experience. This approach also allows you to hold others accountable without carrying anger toward them. Forgiveness doesn't erase the responsibility of the person who hurt you. Remembering allows you to keep perspective on what happened, to hold that person accountable if needed, and to understand the impact of their actions. It's about recognizing that forgiveness is for your peace of mind, while remembering is a tool for self-protection. By remembering, you're acknowledging that actions have consequences, and you're less likely to let similar actions slide in the future. Forgiving without forgetting also sets a healthy boundary in relationships. There may be people in your life who've hurt you but who are still part of your world in some way, whether family, colleagues, or friends. In these cases, forgiving them can help ease tension and make interactions smoother, but remembering allows you to keep a boundary that protects you from future harm. You can engage with them without being naive about what they're capable of. Remembering the past serves as a reminder to keep a safe distance, to be cautious, and to prioritize your own well-being in any interactions. When you forgive, but don't forget, you're also developing emotional resilience. Life will always have challenges, and people will sometimes disappoint or hurt you. By forgiving, you're learning how to release resentment so it doesn't consume you. By remembering, you're developing resilience, a skill that will serve you in future hardships. You become more prepared to handle difficulties with a balanced perspective, knowing that while people and situations can bring pain, they can also bring valuable lessons. This resilience empowers you to face life with a grounded strength, confident that you can overcome whatever comes your way. This approach can also improve your decision-making. When you remember the past, you're able to make choices that align with your best interests. You're less likely to repeat mistakes or to give second chances to those who don't deserve them. Forgiving without forgetting sharpens your intuition, reminding you of what behaviors, situations, or people to avoid. This makes you more discerning, helping you to protect yourself and create a life surrounded by people and experiences that uplift rather than harm you. Ultimately, forgiving but not forgetting is a balanced approach to healing. It allows you to find peace and closure without sacrificing your safety or self-respect. By letting go of resentment, you're freeing yourself from a hold of past pain, but by remembering, you're keeping yourself empowered and informed. It's a reminder that you can move forward without ignoring the impact of the past. This approach teaches you to honor your experiences, to carry their lessons with you, and to approach life with both openness and wisdom. Forgiving without forgetting is about choosing to move forward with grace, self-awareness, and strength. It's about acknowledging that while you can let go of resentment, you don't have to let go of the lessons that experience brought you. This mindset is a pathway to growth and protection, one that allows you to step into the future with confidence, armed with both compassion and the hard-won wisdom of experience. In conclusion, handling people who don't respect you is about maintaining your integrity, protecting your peace, and staying focused on your own growth. By knowing your worth, staying calm, and setting clear boundaries, you create a foundation of self-respect that no one can shake. You choose your battles wisely, leading by example and surrounding yourself with supportive people who uplift you. At the same time, you focus on your goals, forgiving those who've wronged you without forgetting the lessons learned along the way. Each of these steps empowers you to rise above disrespect, not by fighting or seeking revenge, but by elevating yourself to a place where you are untouchable by negativity. Through this approach, you protect your energy, keep your focus, and continue to move forward with strength, grace, and unwavering self-respect. Remember, how you handle others' lack of respect is not about them, it's about the strength, wisdom, and resilience you cultivate within yourself. Keep moving forward, grounded in who you are, and unwavering in your commitment to your goals and your peace. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is essential for personal growth, emotional resilience, and the pursuit of any meaningful goal. The people around us influence our thoughts, behaviors, and perspectives often more deeply than we realize. When you choose to keep supportive people in your life, those who genuinely care about your well-being, encourage your dreams, and celebrate your successes, you're creating an environment where you can thrive. These are the people who inspire you to push past your limits, who remind you of your worth when you start to doubt yourself, and who stand by you through both the highs and the lows. Supportive people offer you the gift of genuine encouragement. They believe in your potential, sometimes even more than you believe in yourself, and they remind you of it regularly. When self-doubt creeps in or when you're facing setbacks, having people who uplift you and reinforce your sense of self-worth makes all the difference. Their belief in you becomes a powerful motivator, propelling you forward and reminding you of your strengths and capabilities. They don't just praise you when things are easy, they remind you of your resilience and talents during the tough times when you need it most. These individuals also bring accountability to your life. True supporters want to see you grow and succeed, so they're not afraid to call you out when you're holding yourself back or settling for less than you deserve. This kind of accountability isn't about criticism, it's about challenging you to reach your potential. When supportive people point out areas for improvement, they do it with love and a genuine desire to see you become your best self. They encourage you to stay committed to your goals, reminding you why you started and helping you stay on track when things get challenging. Supportive people also provide a sense of safety and acceptance. In their presence, you can be authentic without fear of judgment. This safe space allows you to express yourself freely, to share your dreams and fears, and to be vulnerable. When you know you're accepted as you are with all your strengths and flaws, you're able to grow without the pressure of constantly trying to prove yourself. This kind of emotional support is invaluable, giving you the courage to explore new opportunities, make mistakes, and learn from them without feeling judged. Another powerful benefit of having supportive people in your life is the sense of community they provide. Life can be tough, and it's easy to feel isolated when you're dealing with challenges on your own. But with a supportive network, you're reminded that you're not alone in your struggles. Whether it's a trusted friend, family member, or mentor, these people are there to listen, to share advice, and sometimes just to sit with you in difficult moments. Their presence alone can be a source of comfort and strength, reminding you that you have people who care and who are willing to stand by you through thick and thin. Supportive people also contribute to your growth by broadening your perspective. Because they genuinely want the best for you, they'll offer insights and ideas that you might not have considered on your own. They challenge you to think differently, to step outside your comfort zone, and to see things from new angles. This kind of encouragement helps you to become more open-minded, resilient, and adaptable. When you surround yourself with people who support your growth, you're constantly exposed to fresh perspectives, and you're inspired to evolve in ways you might not have envisioned. Choosing to surround yourself with supportive people also reinforces your self-respect. By prioritizing relationships with those who uplift you, you're sending a message to yourself that you deserve positive influences in your life. You're choosing to protect your energy, to value your peace of mind, and to invest in connections that add value to your journey. In doing so, you're also setting an example for others, showing that respect and kindness are the foundation of any meaningful relationship. You're creating a circle that reflects the values you hold dear, cultivating a sense of mutual respect, trust, and appreciation. Having supportive people around you also brings more joy into your life. These are the people who celebrate your successes as if they were their own, who find happiness in your happiness and your happiness, and who share in your excitement over every achievement. Their joy amplifies yours, making the good moments feel even brighter. This sense of shared celebration strengthens your bond and creates lasting memories. In a world that can often be competitive, having people who genuinely celebrate your wins without jealousy or comparison is a precious gift. Finally, surrounding yourself with supportive people is a key factor in achieving long-term success. Success is rarely a solo journey. It's often built on a foundation of encouragement, advice, and shared experiences with others who believe in your vision. Supportive people not only stand by you during the journey, but also contribute to your success by offering guidance, resources, and opportunities that help you move closer to your goals. Their presence reminds you that you're capable of more than you might have imagined on your own, and they give you the confidence to pursue your dreams without fear. In the end, surrounding yourself with supportive people is about intentionally choosing relationships that nurture your well-being, challenge you to grow, and bring joy to your life. These are the people who make life richer, who inspire you to become the best version of yourself, and who remind you, no matter what, that you're never alone. By investing in these connections, you're building a foundation of strength, resilience, and positivity that will carry you through whatever life brings your way. Focusing on your goals is one of the most powerful ways to create meaningful change in your life. Goals give you direction, something to work toward, a purpose that keeps you motivated. When you set a clear goal, you're defining what success looks like to you. You're mapping out a vision of the future that you want to achieve. But achieving your goals requires a commitment to staying focused, because it's easy to get distracted by life's endless demands, challenges, and setbacks. By staying focused on your goals, you keep your priorities in order and continually move closer to the life you envision. The first step in focusing on your goals is clarity. You need to be very specific about what you want and why you want it. The more detailed your goal, the easier it is to stay motivated, because you can picture exactly what you're working toward. Vague goals don't give you a clear path forward, and without a well-defined destination, you're more likely to lose your way. When you know exactly what you want, you can direct your energy toward achieving it, making it easier to stay disciplined and on track. Once you have clarity, it's important to break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. The big goal can feel overwhelming if you look at it all at once, and that sense of overwhelm can lead to procrastination or even giving up altogether. By breaking it down into achievable tasks, you create a step-by-step plan that keeps you moving forward. Each small achievement builds momentum, creating a sense of progress that keeps you motivated. With each step, you're reminded that your goal is possible and that you're capable of reaching it. Staying focused on your goals also requires discipline. Distractions are everywhere, and it's easy to let other things take priority. Social media, the demands of everyday life, and even well-meaning people can pull you away from your goals if you're not careful. Discipline means setting boundaries, creating a routine that prioritizes your goals and sticking to it. This could mean dedicating specific hours each day to working on your goals, or setting rules around technology use to minimize distractions. Discipline is about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, because you know that consistency is what will get you closer to your dreams. One of the keys to staying focused on your goals is learning to say no. When you're pursuing something meaningful, there will be countless opportunities and invitations that seem tempting but that don't align with your goals. Saying yes to everything spreads your energy thin, leaving you with little time or motivation to focus on what truly matters. Learning to say no is an act of self-respect and commitment to your goals. It's about prioritizing your time and energy, making sure that you're directing them toward what will move you closer to the life you want. By protecting your focus, you're respecting your dreams and investing in your future. Visualization is another powerful tool in maintaining focus. When you regularly visualize yourself achieving your goals, you reinforce your commitment and keep your mind oriented toward success. Visualization makes your goal feel real, reminding you of why you're working so hard. The more vividly you picture your success, the more motivated you become to make it happen. Visualization also helps you anticipate potential obstacles, so you're better prepared to handle challenges when they arise. When your goal feels real in your mind, you're more likely to stay focused and dedicated in the face of setbacks. Staying focused on your goals also means surrounding yourself with supportive people who encourage and inspire you. When you're surrounded by people who believe in your potential and understand the importance of your goals, you're more likely to stay motivated. They'll remind you of why you started when things get tough, and they'll celebrate your progress along the way. Being around people who share your values and ambition creates an environment that nurtures your dreams, making it easier to stay committed. Conversely, limiting time with those who doubt or undermine your goals is essential to maintaining your focus. Another important element of goal focus is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be obstacles that you didn't anticipate. Sometimes your goals may need to evolve in response to new circumstances. Staying focused doesn't mean rigidly holding on to one vision. It means being open to adjustments while keeping your long-term objectives in mind. Adaptability allows you to pivot when necessary without losing sight of your ultimate aim. It's about staying flexible in your approach while remaining steadfast in your commitment. This way, challenges become stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Celebrating small wins along the way is also crucial in maintaining focus. Achieving big goals takes time, and it's easy to become discouraged if you're only focused on the end result. By recognizing and celebrating the smaller achievements that happen along the way, you reinforce your progress and renew your motivation. Each small win serves as a reminder that you're moving forward, that your efforts are paying off, and that you're capable of achieving the bigger goal. These celebrations keep your spirits high and remind you to enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Okay. Boundaries also protect your mental and emotional health by giving you control over how you engage with others. They allow you to conserve your energy for what truly matters, freeing you from obligations that don't serve you. Without boundaries, it's easy to become overwhelmed, resentful, or even burnt out. You might find yourself saying yes when you want to say no, or giving more than you're comfortable with just to keep the peace. Boundaries prevent that. They give you the freedom to say no without guilt and to prioritize your well-being without apology. A key part of setting boundaries is consistency. Once you've established a boundary, it's essential to maintain it. If you set a boundary but don't enforce it, people may take it less seriously. They may see it as flexible or negotiable, which can lead to more disrespect down the line. Consistency shows that you mean what you say, reinforcing your boundaries over time. It may feel tough, but the more you practice, the stronger your boundaries and your sense of self-respect become. In the long run, boundaries lead to healthier, more respectful relationships. People know where they stand with you, and you know where you stand with them. Boundaries allow you to build connections based on mutual respect, where both parties feel valued and understood. They also empower you to let go of relationships that consistently cross your boundaries, making room for healthier connections in your life. Setting clear boundaries isn't always easy, but it's an essential part of honoring yourself. It's about saying, I respect myself enough to define how I want to be treated, and I'm not afraid to communicate that. And with each boundary you set, you strengthen your sense of self, creating a life filled with respect, balance, and true peace. Choosing your battles is an essential skill in maintaining peace and protecting your energy. Life will always bring challenges and conflicts, but not every situation deserves your attention or reaction. When you choose your battles wisely, you're deciding to invest your time and energy only in things that truly matter, rather than getting caught up in every slight disagreement or frustrating situation. It's an intentional way of living that helps you focus on what's important without being derailed by issues that, in the big picture, don't really matter. This practice begins with perspective. Every time you face a conflict or feel the urge to respond to disrespect, take a moment to ask yourself, is this really worth my energy? Not every situation will pass this test. Some things are simply not worth the emotional investment. By reflecting on the potential impact of engaging, you may find that some battles are best left alone, as they will only drain you without bringing any meaningful change. Instead of reacting to every challenge, you're protecting your energy for the issues that truly align with your goals and values. Choosing your battles also involves being strategic about your responses. Sometimes the best way to handle a difficult situation is not to respond at all. This doesn't mean you're avoiding the issue or letting people walk over you. It means you're taking control of your reaction. Silence, after all, can be powerful. When you don't engage in petty arguments or retaliate against minor slights, you're showing that you have a broader perspective. You're communicating that you're not easily swayed by negativity or attempts to provoke you. By choosing not to react, you retain control over your emotions and actions, which in itself is an act of strength. Another benefit of choosing your battles is that it protects your relationships. Constantly confronting every issue can strain even the strongest bonds. By focusing on the bigger issues and letting go of the small stuff, you're allowing room for grace and forgiveness. This approach fosters a healthier environment where you can address significant concerns without creating unnecessary tension. When you approach relationships this way, you're giving people space to be themselves without needing to control or critique every action. This doesn't mean you ignore, disrespect, or allow others to mistreat you, but rather that you're thoughtful about which issues are worth addressing and which can be let go. It's also worth remembering that choosing your battles doesn't mean you're letting others have power over you. On the contrary, it's about deciding where your power goes. There's a big difference between walking away from a situation because you're afraid to confront it and choosing not to engage because you value your peace of mind. When you selectively engage, you're keeping your focus on your own growth and priorities rather than being distracted by every challenge that comes your way. This focus can propel you forward, keeping your path clear and uncluttered by unnecessary conflicts. Choosing your battles allows you to maintain clarity and composure, especially when faced with situations that might otherwise be emotionally draining. Sometimes people engage in negative behavior or criticism as a way to draw you into their own drama or frustrations. When you choose not to participate, you're refusing to be pulled down by their negativity. This ability to hold your ground and decide which issues matter is a form of self-respect. You're saying to yourself, I deserve to focus on what's meaningful to me. I'm not here to be sidetracked by someone else's pettiness. Over time, this approach builds resilience and maturity. The more you practice choosing your battles, the better you become at letting go of small irritations and recognizing what truly deserves your attention. It's a form of emotional intelligence, understanding what's worth fighting for and what's best left alone. And when you do decide to engage in a conflict, your words and actions carry greater weight because you're not someone who argues over trivial matters. People will recognize that if you're addressing an issue, it's significant, and they'll be more likely to take you seriously. It's about wisely investing your energy. Some issues need to be addressed, but by being selective, you protect your peace, build stronger relationships, and keep your life focused on what truly matters. This is how you navigate life's conflicts with strength, clarity, and dignity. In a world filled with endless distractions, choosing your battles is a powerful way to stay on course, ensuring that your time, energy, and peace of mind are preserved for the things that truly count. Leading by example is one of the most powerful ways to inspire change, earn respect, and cultivate meaningful relationships. When you lead by example, you're not just talking about what you believe in, you're actively living it. Your actions show your principles more clearly than any words ever could. When others see that you hold yourself to the same standards you expect of them, they're more likely to trust and respect you because they know that your values are genuine and consistent. Choosing to do the right thing, even when nobody's watching. Integrity means being accountable for your actions, treating people with respect, and staying true to your word. When you consistently show up with honesty and fairness, people notice. They see that your values guide you, and this earns you a kind of respect that can't be bought or demanded. Leading with integrity is a reminder to everyone around you that it's possible to live in alignment with your values, and this can inspire others to do the same. This kind of leadership also involves humility and a willingness to learn. When you lead by example, you don't pretend to have all the answers or put yourself above others. Instead, you acknowledge your own imperfections and approach life with a growth mindset. You show that making mistakes is part of the journey and that you're committed to learning from them. This humility creates a safe space for others to be honest, to grow, and to take risks without fear of judgment. By being open about your own learning process, you encourage others to embrace their own growth, seeing you as both a leader and a peer. Another essential aspect of leading by example is resilience. Life will always bring challenges, setbacks, and frustrations, but how you respond to these moments defines your strength as a leader. When others see you facing adversity with grace, persistence, and a positive attitude, they're reminded of their own capacity to do the same. Your resilience shows that obstacles are not the end of the road, but rather opportunities to become stronger. When you rise after a setback, you're setting an example that failure is not final and that challenges can be stepping stones towards success. Leading by example also means consistently showing respect and kindness. You treat others well not because of what they can do for you, but because it's simply the right thing to do. When people see you treating everyone, no matter their status or position, with dignity, they're often inspired to adopt the same approach. You're setting a standard for how people should be treated, creating an environment where everyone feels valued. This kind of respectful leadership cultivates loyalty and trust, and it encourages others to act with kindness and fairness as well. Being an example also requires discipline and accountability. It's about showing up consistently, following through on your commitments, and being reliable. People are more willing to follow someone they know they can count on, someone's words and actions align. When you lead with discipline, you demonstrate that success isn't just about talent, it's about hard work, dedication, and commitment to the process. This discipline inspires others to bring the same level of commitment to their own goals, knowing that sustained effort over time is what leads to real achievement. Patience and empathy are also key components of leading by example. Understanding and relating to others, especially in difficult moments, shows that you care about their experiences and perspectives. And when you listen with empathy and respond with patience, you're showing that leadership isn't just about pushing others toward a goal, but also about supporting them along the way. People respect leaders who care about their well-being, and by showing patience, you encourage a culture of understanding and compassion. You set an example that achieving goals doesn't require sacrificing kindness and that everyone's journey matters. Finally, leading by example means embodying the change you want to see. If you want people to work hard yourself. If you value honesty, be open and truthful. If you believe in resilience, show resilience in your own life. By living your values openly, you remind others of what's possible, encouraging them to rise to the same standard. Leading by example isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity and commitment. It's about showing up as your best self, even when it's challenging, and demonstrating through your actions what's possible. When you lead by example, you create a ripple effect. People around you are inspired to act with more integrity, compassion, and resilience because they see it in you. You're not just telling them what's possible, you're showing them every day through your choices, actions, and attitude. This is the kind of leadership that creates real, lasting change, building a foundation of trust and respect that grows stronger with every example you set. In a world where talk is often cheap, leading by example is a rare and powerful form of influence. Ladies and gentlemen, today let's talk about respect and, more importantly, what to do when you're not getting it. Let's be real, not everyone in life is going to treat you with the respect you deserve, and when that happens, it's easy to feel shaken, to question yourself. But I'm here to tell you, don't let anyone diminish your worth. First, remember this: know your worth. When you walk into a room, when you shake someone's hand, when you speak, let there be no doubt in your mind that you belong. You see, people will try to undermine you to get in your head that they don't know what you bring to the table. Knowing your worth is the shield that protects you from anyone's attempt to chip away at you. Don't react. Look, people will say and do things to try to get a rise out of you. They might think that by pushing your buttons, they have power over you. But real strength is being unshakable. Don't let them drag you down to their level. Keep your cool. Take a breath. Keep your dignity intact. Number 3, set clear boundaries. Respect is a two-way street. People need to know where your line is, and they need to know that line is not to be crossed. When you set boundaries, you're saying, I respect myself enough to let you know what I will and won't accept. And people will rise to that because when they see you take yourself seriously, they start taking you seriously too. Then remember to choose your battles. Not everything needs your response. Ask yourself, is this really worth my energy? Because energy is precious, folks. You can't waste it on every little slight, every moment someone doesn't give you the respect you deserve. Save it for the things that matter most. Finally, lead by example. Be the person who still chooses respect, who holds on to integrity even when others don't. Show the world that respect is who you are, not just how you expect others to be. That's powerful. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who show you respect every day. Focus on your goals, on what you're here to accomplish, and let that guide you. And when it comes to forgiving, remember forgiveness is for you, not for them. Don't carry bitterness, but don't forget the lessons either. This is your journey, and nobody gets to make you feel less than who you are. You hold your head high. You know your worth. And you don't let anyone take that from you. Thank you. When you truly understand your worth, you hold a power that nobody can shake. Knowing your worth means understanding that you have value, a unique set of gifts, strengths, and perspectives that make you who you are. It's not just about feeling confident, it's about deeply recognizing that you deserve to be treated with respect, kindness, and consideration no matter who you're dealing with. Many people struggle with this. We live in a world that constantly tries to define our value by our successes, by our looks, by what others think of us. We're surrounded by people telling us to prove ourselves over and over again. But the reality is that our worth isn't something we have to earn. You don't need to achieve a certain level of success, meet someone else's expectations, or look a certain way to be worthy of respect. Your worth is inherent. It's within you. And it's there simply because you are here. Understanding your worth means not allowing anyone to diminish your sense of self. There will be people who try to challenge it, people who see your strength or potential and want to break it down, sometimes just to feel better about themselves. But when you have that inner knowledge, that sense of self-worth, their words and actions lose their power over you. You don't need their approval to feel whole. You already know what you bring to the table. And that changes everything because it lets you move through the world with confidence, grace, and an unshakable sense of who you are. Knowing your worth also means understanding that you deserve healthy boundaries. You don't need to accept every demand, every criticism, or every toxic behavior thrown your way. You have the right to say, this is who I am, and this is what I will and won't tolerate. When you respect yourself, you're sending a message to the world about how you expect to be treated. And the people who see that, who truly understand and respect you, will honor those boundaries. This self-worth also allows you to handle challenges and setbacks with resilience. When you know your worth, setbacks don't shake your foundation. You can take criticism without internalizing it because your sense of self isn't dependent on the opinions of others. You can fail without feeling like a failure because you know that your value goes far beyond a single outcome or mistake. This resilience keeps you moving forward, even when the going gets tough. Knowing your worth isn't just a nice idea, it's a commitment to yourself. It's the knowledge that you have a unique purpose, a unique path, and that you deserve to walk it with pride, confidence, and respect. When you carry that understanding with you, you're not just stronger, you're unstoppable. You're no longer asking for respect, you're commanding it by the way you live and the way you hold yourself. That's the power of knowing your worth. Staying calm and choosing not to react when someone disrespects you is a profound act of strength and self-control. It's natural to feel the urge to react defensively to set the record straight, or to call someone out when they cross a line. But choosing not to react, especially in the heat of the moment, takes a different kind of courage. It's about deciding that you won't let someone else dictate your mood, your actions, or your peace of mind. When you stay calm, you're showing that your emotions and responses are not controlled by anyone else's negativity. Staying calm doesn't mean you're accepting disrespect or pretending nothing happened. Instead, it's about recognizing that some battles are not worth fighting. When someone disrespects you, they're often looking to get a reaction. They might want to see if they can get under your skin, shift their own frustration onto you, or knock you off balance. But when you stay calm, you're essentially refusing to give them that satisfaction. You're sending a message, I am in control of myself and I won't hand that control over to you in that moment. You're protecting your energy and your focus, refusing to let someone else's negativity drag you down. Choosing not to react allows you to approach the situation with a clearer mind. Reacting in the heat of the moment can lead to regrettable actions or words that you wouldn't normally say. It can add fuel to the fire, escalating things in a way that serves no one. But when you stay calm, you give yourself the space to think, to assess what's really happening, and to decide the best course of action. Often the best response isn't immediate, it's a thoughtful one that comes after you've had time to consider what you want to say and what outcome you want. Another benefit of staying calm is that it shifts the power dynamic in your favor. When people realize they can't provoke you, they start to see you in a different light. They may not respect you right away, but they will recognize that you're not someone who can be easily rattled. This composure often forces them to take a step back and rethink their approach. Your calmness can disarm others and sometimes even prompt them to reflect on their own behavior. You're showing them that while they may have tried to bring you down, your sense of self-worth and self-control remains intact. Staying calm is also about self-respect. When you choose not to react to someone's disrespect, you're saying, I respect myself too much to let this affect me. You're reinforcing to yourself that you're above the petty drama, that you won't be drawn into negativity or lose your cool over someone else's issues. This kind of self-respect is powerful. It keeps you grounded, focused, and centered on your own path rather than getting distracted by others' attempts to pull you off course. Staying calm doesn't mean you ignore the disrespect indefinitely. It simply means that you handle it on your terms and in your time. Once you're calm, you may choose to address the situation in a way that aligns with your values. This might mean having a respectful but firm conversation later on, setting a boundary, or even deciding to walk away from the relationship if it's persistently negative. Whatever you decide, staying calm helps you handle it in a way that protects your integrity. In the end, choosing not to react is one of the most powerful responses you can have. It's not about weakness or passivity. It's about showing resilience and control. It's about not letting someone else dictate your emotions or take away your peace. In staying calm, you're standing firmly in your own strength, proving to yourself and others that you're guided by your values, not by their actions. And that is a power that can't be shaken. Setting clear boundaries is an essential act of self-respect and self-preservation. Boundaries define the space where you end and someone else begins. They clarify what you will and won't accept in your relationships, your workplace, and your personal life. When you set boundaries, you're standing up for your own well-being, drawing a line that others need to respect if they want to stay in your life in a positive way. These boundaries serve as a guide for how you wish to be treated. They communicate your worth and values to others. Boundaries are not about pushing people away or being difficult. Instead, they're about honoring yourself. When you set boundaries, you're making a choice to prioritize your needs, your peace, and your self-respect. You're saying, I value myself enough to protect my time, my energy, and my emotional health far from being selfish. Boundaries are an act of self-care that enable you to show up fully in your life and relationships without feeling depleted or disrespected. Establishing boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're not used to doing it. Sometimes people worry that setting boundaries will make others feel rejected or upset. But here's the truth. Those who truly respect you will understand and honor your boundaries, while those who resist them may not have your best interests at heart. Boundaries help you see who is willing to respect you and who isn't. When someone pushes back against a boundary, it's often a sign that they've benefited from your lack of boundaries in the past. They may be uncomfortable with the shift, but that doesn't mean you should compromise. Holding firm is a way to reinforce your sense of self-worth and ensure that the relationships you maintain are healthy and mutually respectful. Both with yourself and with others, you need to know what you're willing to accept and where you draw the line. This clarity comes from self-reflection. From asking yourself what you need to feel respected, safe, and valued. Maybe it's protecting your time so you're not always available at someone else's convenience, or maybe it's speaking up when someone makes a joke at your expense. Whatever it is, getting clear on your boundaries allows you to communicate them effectively. The clearer you are, the easier it is for others to understand and respect your boundaries. Communicating boundaries takes courage, especially in environments where people may not be used to you standing up for yourself. Some may test your boundaries, hoping you'll back down, but setting boundaries means holding firm, even if it feels uncomfortable. It means letting people know, this is my limit and I won't compromise on this. When you stand by your boundaries, you're showing that you're serious about your self-worth. You're sending a message to yourself and others that you value yourself enough to protect what matters to you.